Junior. Junior. No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Don't say that. We'll
Yeah.
probably
No, we'll get in
lawsuit,
trouble.
right?
Yeah, don't say that. We'll get.
Yeah.
Junior
Yeah,
will
we'll
probably
get in
pissed.
trouble.
You're from
We don't want to
Delaware.
get in trouble.
Because Junior don't play in key.
Can we use those mics there, Bob, when you get up there or not?
Just be quiet.
It's this temple.
I have a feeling we're on the air, and if we're on the air and you can see us on TV and there's Zach, go ahead and hit the button. Hello, everybody. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. And I got Buddy Funderburgh and some of the night shift band here, and they're going to play us some wonderful Christmas music. And then I guess the rest of the gang will be coming in here and talking and stuff. But yeah, anyways, who you got with you tonight?
Dennis Hall, Alan Kentfield.
That's Buddy Funderburgh. Anyways, I'm just gonna let him rip. So, let it rip.
Let it rip.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can't see all the couples try to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree at Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in a new old-fashioned way. Get a sentimental feeling when you hear the voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in a new old-fashioned way. Everyone dancing merrily in a new old-fashioned way. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones we used to know. The treetops glisten and children listen to hear the sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be bright. Christmas, just like the ones we used to know. The treetops glisten and children snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones we used to know. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be white. Yes, may all your Christmases be white.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, here you go. You get to see my best side. There we go. There we go. So y'all gonna hang around a little bit, do a little bit more playing later on, or?
Sure, we'll be here.
All right. Well, we're gonna try to integrate some of these other people to come on in here. So we're gonna have the great chair scurry. Come on, bring those chairs in. Yeah, we got the great chair scurry coming on right now. Everybody can grab their chair and get in here, and we'll get you taken care of. Hey, look, see, perfect. It's the march of the chairs. Yes. Dun, 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 dun. Bring those chairs in. Okay, bring one of those on this side over here. Yeah, bring one of those over here. You can stand, you can sit, you can have all kinds of fun. Yeah, there you go, there you go. Everybody in here. Okay, all right, we'll fix the camera up a little bit here. And I guess you two can share this one.
Okay.
You guys can share that one. All right. Hang on. Well, don't leave
You got to
dead
talk,
air.
okay.
Say hello to somebody.
Hello to somebody.
All right, you're right in front of camera one there. All right, take camera one. All right. Okay, now you can see my rear end come through here again. Come on, sit down. Look. You get that one.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, get in. Have a seat.
Have a seat. No,
Have a seat.
No. You sit right there.
All right.
Everybody's-
Everybody find a seat.
We get more chairs.
Calm
We have
down.
plenty more chairs. So here's an extra
Thank you for
microphone here.
joining
You
us
can
this
grab one.
evening as we get prepared to
Yeah, go for it.
enter into the Christmas holiday period. We all thank you, Pokey, for inviting us to come out here and share some of our thoughts with your audience and your program. And it was nice to see you back.
I can't talk real well right now. I can't talk real well right now, so y'all carry on.
Well, it's good to see you at least back here today. It's been about a month. Buddy, he's right over there. He's over here. You missed him. Go ahead.
Before it's over with, I want to get an update on your situation.
Okay, just let me know. Let me know when.
Go ahead, y'all.
You want me to start with that?
All right, start with that.
Here we go.
Yeah, go
All right,
ahead.
here.
Hey, you go so
Hey.
dark.
Hey. Anyways, as you all know that we've been kind of off there the past couple of weeks. Pokey got the flu. And sent him to the hospital, and he's still recuperating from it. Luckily, I had the flu shot. I had the symptoms, but no flu. And then the whole family got the flu. And so, this is his first outing down here to the studio in 3 weeks. Last week, it was me that was out of it because the new treatment that I'm on is playing hell with my bone marrow. So, anyways, it's working, but it's messing with the bone marrow. So, anyways, he's probably not going to talk too much, but y'all let it rip.
Yeah, I hate to go dark with you, but I am interested in how your case is going.
Okay. Well, for those you don't know, I lost a son and a daughter-in-law to a drunk driver, illegal alien that hit him from behind, and he. I mean, it was a terrible accident. Well, it wasn't an accident. I guess it was, but the guy was drunk and he hit him from behind and drug him 280 yards, almost 3 football fields. They were on a motorcycle. He was in a car. He got arrested for intoxicated manslaughter, 2 charges. He left the scene. They had to bring him back. And because he left the scene, they had to take the intoxicated manslaughter part off. And it left it accident causing death ×2. He had, after 90 days, they have a law that if you are not, well, let me back up. He had an ICE hold on him, an immigration hold on him. And they said that he would never get out of jail. without going to court. But they have a law that after 90 days, if you're not indicted or have not been indicted, then they let you out on personal bond. That law needs to be changed. But anyway, so they let him out of jail after 90 days on personal bond. He was turned over to ICE. ICE was deporting him. So by the grace of God, we got him back, and he had to go to trial. But while he was going to trial, I have another son that was 38 years old. His name is Jason. He couldn't handle all this stress, and so he put a shotgun in his mouth. And, so that was the ripple effect from all of this. This guy did, we got him back. He finally went to court. He got 15 years. Got to run both charges concurrent. So he'll come up for parole in 7.5 years. Of course, we'll be there to try to make him do more. But they do say that once he gets out of jail that he will be deported, for what that's worth. I mean, I guess they come back. Like the one in California, he'd been deported 5 times. But anyway, so that's the update. He has gone to prison for 15 years. So because it's an aggravated charge, he has to do half of the time before he comes up for parole, 7.5 years. But anyway, that's the update.
That's it's always been kind of shocking to me. That's like a hell of a light sentence.
Yes.
If I get drunk, run over somebody, and run off, what's gonna happen to me?
Well, not only that, we've known of people that get more time just by stealing a loaf of bread or something from a store.
Yeah, there you go.
But I guess that also brings it up to that very, very important part where, especially during this time, why we really need to stay away from drinking and driving, because unfortunately these type of incidents happen where
Exactly right.
you lose life, and you never be able to recuperate that, and all because instead of paying $25 for an Uber,
Right.
you
Or
just-
calling a friend.
or calling a friend. If you're lucky and you don't hurt anyone, you're looking at what, $25,000-$50,000 in the long run after probation and tickets, and so so that's a message I guess we want to send out tonight, Poker. Make sure that everybody.
But where did Larry go?
He's right there. He's running around.
Oh, why didn't he bring your chair up?
He's running around.
Am I worried about shit again?
And
Sorry about that.
I said I think that's just a strong message we need
Well,
to.
I've always appreciated your words because of who you are, and I know how long you've been out there. For those who don't really know, I was trying to think where me and Buddy first met. And the same thing, me and you, Gavino, it goes back 15, 20 years. We were always on opposite sides. Remember? And
He used to be George Humphrey's friend.
Too much information.
it goes back a long time.
Yeah.
We do. And I know you're a good man with good words. And so is Buddy.
Yeah.
Because we go back a long time, too.
That's exactly right.
That's
This
it.
guy that ran over him, I forgot to mention, he was a repeat offender. He had a DWI in Travis County. He got out with a $400 fine, and then of course he came down to Bastrop County and ran over them and killed him.
Damn.
But anyway, the laws need to be tougher. I mean, something needs to happen. But
A
anyway,
lot of it's the communication, or the lack of
certainly is.
communication.
it's exactly right.
Because the reason that they get released on bond, and it didn't have to be a personal bond. He could have.
Hold on. Can we remind everybody who you are?
Oh. Hi, I'm Maura Phelan.
Just in case they don't remember, you're
I'm an attorney. I ran for district attorney last year.
Should have
So-
gotten it.
I know a lawyer.
Thank you.
I know
And-
2 lawyers.
I was a prosecutor for a long time. So the law says that if once you're arrested and you're in jail, you have to be in the indictment has to be presented during that grand jury time, during the period of time of one grand jury session. So if you go in jail and grand juries get seated every 3 months, and that's where the 90 days comes from. So that's what happened with that. So he was guaranteed a bond, a reasonable bond. It didn't have to be a personal bond.
Right. The district attorney didn't have anything to take in front of the grand jury. So I don't know how that happened, but the investigation should have been open and closed case. The guy confessed at the scene when they brought him back. But I don't know. You know, I'm not a lawyer. But
Yeah.
someone dropped the ball somehow, somewhere.
And that happens. It's the lack of communication between the arresting officers and the DA's office, and the DA's office knowing who's in jail and who's not, and also Travis County. I mean, it's hugely different what the sentences are, or the range of sentences are from county to county. And so what happens in Travis County is completely different than what happens next door in Lee County, in Bastrop County, in Hayes County, in Williamson County. So, yeah.
part.
So it's and in Travis County there are no guidelines. So
I just think that if they would have, I feel that if they would have deported him whenever he got the first DWI in Travis County, then I think the second DWI probably never would have happened, or it may have, but that certainly would have shed some light on it, and maybe my son and daughter-in-law will be alive right now, and my other son that killed himself over that, you know.
that's true.
It's hard.
And given his behavior, there were probably quite a few DWIs in between that didn't get caught at all.
Sure, exactly.
So.
You know, we go back to that sanctuary city ban that we have in Texas. All the major cities in Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin. The major cities now have the sanctuary city status. That needs to
hold on, Mike Martinez,
That needs to be addressed.
and you are a
Joe Martinez.
Joe.
I've been called a lot worse.
He's not getting enough oxygen, remember
Yeah, I
that.
gotta turn it back up. So sometimes I gotta put it out
Stay on
anyway.
that medicine.
He
He's not
is
getting enough
a-
oxygen to his brain.
That's right.
Turn his oxygen up over there.
He's got more hair than mine.
All right, hold on. Joe Martinez, he is a retired cop, and you're currently working as a investigator,
Private investigator.
and you did run as sheriff.
I did run for sheriff in the last
Registered
election, yes.
So you have some knowledge about these things.
Yes. Started my police career back in 1968, so it gives you a little bit of detail as to how long I've been in this business.
You probably threw me in jail for smoking pot back then, didn't you? That's how long we known each other.
So, you know, as society changes, laws change.
I knew I needed him somewhere. Damn, that was you, wasn't it?
We're not going to go there. as
pardoned.
society as society changes, laws change, and the law needs to be keep up with society. And what you have to understand, in Austin, we have this growth issue. They claim that about 135 people move into this area every day. So with more people come more problems, and you're never going to address it, but you've got to address the sanctuary city thing, because without that, Mr. Funderburgh would have his son. He would have had his son. The first deportation would have kept him out of the country, and he would have had his son and his daughter-in-law. So as you can see, that the sanctuary status in many cities has caused a lot of problems. San Francisco, for instance, where the guy was deported, 5 or 6 times, and he still came back. And now he's been charged under federal statute for felon in possession of a firearm. So, you know, when's it going to end? We've got to put a stop to this thing.
And there are how many cases out there like that?
There's thousands of cases like that. But as long as people don't abide by the law, and like I say, the Constitution is very, very clear. You will obey and protect and defend the Constitution. And it's very simple. You know, you can either enforce the law or just get out of the job. It's not for you. Bottom line.
And I'm a member of the Remembrance Project, and Maria Espinosa is the one that founded that. And I've met so many people that they can tell you terrible stories about their families that that they have lost loved ones to. It's unbelievable. You know, check out the Remembrance Project. Get on the internet, and listen to some of those stories. It is horrifying. I mean, it's terrible, terrible. A lot of things people don't know about. No one knows about it till it happens to you, your family or someone you know. Then you get to it really hits home. But I would have never in my life dreamed anything like that would have happened to our family, ever.
Well, I know me and Gavino there used to go out. Remember that? I call them the Bastard Sheriff Festivals. But they'd all go attack our sheriff here for deporting.
Yep.
And he would have a list of some of these people he's deporting. And they were some of the most vilest, scumbag type people. Why would you not want to deport them?
We had a real
I don't
sheriff
understand.
back then.
Yeah.
We had a real
Greg
sheriff
Hamilton.
back then. Say we had a real sheriff back then.
And you caught hell up there too. I was really proud of you because you caught a lot of hell back there.
You know what's scary now is they've talked about how Travis County is kind of a center for drug trafficking. And so that's part of it is if we're not deporting people and we're a sanctuary city, some of these drug traffickers coming up out of Mexico, not doing anything about it makes it even worse.
Well, and human trafficking as well.
Human, yeah.
There's a huge problem with cooking meth and out in Manor and Elgin, and areas north. Yeah, so we've got big city, big problems. You know, we've got a lot of people moving in, and we don't know who most of them are.
Most recently, we've seen an increase in busting of meth in Cedar Park,
Yes.
Lakeway, all those areas that is real rural and real secluded. I work elections and go out there in Jonestown, and you can see the terrain and the environment is real. I mean, they say, yeah, you can get lost out here, you know, and that's where they've been also making most recently some bust of meth out there in that community.
Mr. Mike Lee.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. We can say that again now, according to the president.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
And as an old conservative, I'm really happy this Christmas we have an actual president that's a human being. He makes mistakes. He probably uses the bathroom.
Hold on, I thought he was a racist.
He may even use cuss words in the private. It's okay with me.
That's all right.
But we can say Merry Christmas, and I think they sent out something. I read this the other day. They're not supposed to use it in some federal reports. Something they're not supposed to use transgender, fetus, and all that kind of stuff. We're getting back to something real. And I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. It's good to see all of you, and I got to take care of some loose ends. Thank you, Gavino, for inviting me to that meeting Saturday. I enjoyed it very much. I learned a lot.
Well, thank you for trying.
Love you, brother. Thank you for that.
Sure.
You have to take out?
And happy birthday, Pokey.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Happy belated birthday.
I'm already wishing for another one.
Man, your hair grew back, man. Last time I saw a picture, you didn't have any hair. You was like me, man. I come here today. You got hair and stuff, man. What's up with that?
Not get too carried away with it. Thank you for coming down.
Oh, the pleasure's mine. I'm glad you invited me, man.
I wish you'd hang around some more.
Good to see Joe and Maura. We were partners in crime for a little while there. We didn't get stoned and we didn't get stoned anywhere, so we're all right.
That was a long time ago.
Can't wait to do it again.
You mean Rockstone, right? Not.
I think you meant like.
Not the mess stuff we've been talking about. Right.
We just need to be.
They don't indict us for 90 days. We get out.
There you go.
You don't have anywhere to be deported to.
There you go.
That's exactly right.
Well, no, well, thank you for showing up Saturday as well. You know.
Man, you've been keeping secrets on you, man. He has some good food over there.
Oh yeah. That's one of the secret places that the millenniums had not found out yet.
Oh yeah.
It's yet to be gentrified.
Yeah, not yet.
Now, what do you call it? It ain't gentrified. It's genocide.
Genocide.
You're gonna move them people out like that.
Oh yeah.
There used to be a lot of those little mom and pop shops over there.
Well, one of the discussions that when we were there, because all of us were our landowners in this area.
Yes, sir.
So one of the things we were discussing was how to leverage an asset that we have. How do we gain from the economic jump that has occurred?
Instead of getting taken advantage of.
Yeah, you know, and so there's many options out there.
Do not do a reverse mortgage.
Oh no.
Okay.
But yeah, no. But the issue about whether we sell or lease.
Right.
One of the things we're strongly encouraging our folks is to lease. Make it for example, on Fifth Street, this Coat Next, they're wanting to do density all around, and right now it's single family. Their strategy is to buy out the landowners.
Right.
So our strategy as landowners is no.
Just
You
hold
want
on.
it that bad, let's sit
hold
down
on.
and talk, and don't give it up. But a lot of that, it takes education.
Yes.
And that's one of the things we're wanting to do, to educate our children, because they're the ones that are going to inherit our properties, you know. So, but right now it's real bad, tax wise. I think mine are 13,000 this coming year.
Wow.
See, we put Larry to work, didn't we?
There you go. Yeah.
You want to come out there and say anything real quick, Larry?
Yeah, Larry's been real busy in the community
Larry's
too.
been part of a lot of things out there.
Where's the camera?
There you go.
Hello, Mr. Colgan.
Hi, Larry.
Okay,
Good to see you
here's the
again.
microphone. Yeah, I just want to say, Merry Christmas to everyone. It's good to see you out here once again. I know you're in the hospital. For people who don't know that,
I got laid up. They just stuffed down my throat and everything.
Well, I'm glad to see you out here, like I said, and so I thought I hired myself as a cameraman out here. So I'll send you my bill later. Anyway, anyway, Merry Christmas to everyone.
Paying pizza, so. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, I was just saying that Larry's been very involved recently. Well, all the time, but with AISD
For a long time.
and this last bond election and education overall. Education continues to be a challenge in our communities in Dove Springs.
Yeah, and speaking of that bond, I don't know if you would address now that of course, the night they passed that bond, they said, "Oh, this is a good down payment. We need $4 billion more."
Right.
And now they've said they're closing the 6 schools that they said they weren't, right?
Right. The administration started taking off real aggressively. Well, the voters sent us a strong message that we could do this. But after intense pressure and calling and making calls to the board, they have backtracked. They have put everything on hold, and hopefully they'll be working with us in trying to get and bring more students back into these schools in the inner city, so they won't be shut down. Because we as landowners will realize a negative impact when we have all these schools closing in our communities and we have empty buildings. That's going to have a very, very negative impact in our community. So that's why we're meeting with the superintendent tomorrow morning to discuss with him our concerns about what these vacant buildings are.
Sorry, I can't go with you on these things. We used to go do all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to all kind of places with you.
Oh, yeah.
Just hanging around. Superintendent, how many times?
Many times.
City Hall.
City
You go
Hall.
Talk to people. He taught me how to walk out of the police.
Yeah. Not jail.
Why didn't I learn that earlier?
No, not jail.
Not jail, no.
Well, it's good that you guys are still with, fighting the AISD because I think it's going to be a never-ending battle now. But also, something that you talk about over here is the Code Next.
Oh, my God.
I mean, next year there's so many battles next year. But Code Next, a soccer stadium, they want to put it over here. In Festival, right? One of the locations that they picked. Butler. No, that was Butler down there. But one of the 8 locations was right here.
It's Festival.
The old the old power station. Now they found a use for it. They're going to put a stadium. They want to put a stadium there. That was one of them on the list. I think the Expo Center is great.
Right there on the Fiesta Gardens there.
Fiesta Gardens. There's a list up and down the river.
Yep.
Oh,
They want to be on that river.
You talking about
They wanna be in town.
Go Valley, not the park, not Go Valley, but the Guerrero Park.
Maybe.
Guerrero
Yeah,
Park,
there's a
where you
couple.
have the softball fields now. Crazy.
Yeah, that's one of them. But there was one on this side of the river too.
Yeah.
It was targeted too. I mean, I think the Expo Center would be great. It could use an upgrade. It's time for an upgrade. But these are just some of the battles that are. How many battles can you fight? I think that's what some of these people are counting on. School district, Code Next, soccer, moving into neighborhoods. It's just so many battles that are coming in 2018.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we have quite a few places. So what have y'all done after y'all ran for office? You and Joe, what are y'all doing now?
We're going to start with.
Joe, it doesn't matter.
Well, I had
You got over 100,000 votes.
150,000.
150,000 votes.
So they're out there. The voters are out there. People will respect what you do and who you are. What they found out that they didn't get what they wanted from the current administration, and there's a lot. What happened? There's an outpour of people that are trying to get out. They're waiting until they can retire, and they're gone. You're going to lose a lot of the top staff. You're going to lose a lot of the experience that you have on these officers, whether it be correction or street officers. So what they're looking for is a way out. And a lot of these guys are moving elsewhere, maybe APD, DPS, somewhere else. And that's a shame because you're going to lose a lot of experience and a lot of people that don't know where to go. I continue to work as a private investigator and be a thorn in somebody's side sometimes. Most of the time, I have the latest couple of cases that I had was a murder case and then a capital murder case that I had here in Travis County. They keep coming, and I keep working them. So
you've been staying busy.
Staying busy, keeping a low profile, and then every once in a while I'll surface in Travis County. There's too much bureaucrat paperwork in Travis County to be able to work these cases here. You've got to go through various steps to get what you need, and of course, 9 times out of 10, there's never enough money for the private investigator. But if you compare the private investigator to the police officer or the sheriff's deputies or the investigators, I think a detective makes over $100,000 a year, and they assign you a case and they want to pay you $40 an hour, and you've got to account for every minute that you're going to charge them. Otherwise, there's going to be issues. So I try to stay away from that. Have a lot of cases surrounding. I'm an investigator in the state of Texas. I can go anywhere. So I try to stay local, Hays County, Williamson County, Caldwell County, and Bastrop County. So I'm having a lot of fun and still having fun, and by God, I'll keep doing it till one of these days they'll say, "Where'd he go?" He's already gone.
No political aspirations.
We won't go there just yet.
How about yourself?
I'm still working as an attorney, fiduciary litigation. Through campaigning, I met a lot of great people, and I've tried to stay active with helping some people especially on the east side, who have been challenged with losing their houses with reverse mortgages that were really kind of hinky. A lot of them are, and trying to, especially when parents are dying and things like that, trying to help keep them from losing family homes and losing the equity that they have in those homes, and fighting the Travis County Appraisal District, and working on those kinds of things. And then I also bought a company that publishes a book that is guidelines on the penal code for police officers. And so it's called Clear Books. And so I'm doing that as well, trying to help our officers learn what the law is.
From prosecutor's perspective, or from the
It's the penal code. So it's a
Penal code.
prosecutor's perspective. It's laying out what the elements of the crime are. It's actually called Elements of the Crime. So, and then we're working on a search and seizure book, warrantless and warrant search and seizure compendium of what the law is.
So you miss, I gotta go to this forum. I have to be at this other forum.
Don't worry, they still keep me busy doing that. Let's see, I'm president of my neighborhood association, so I've been having to deal with the Code Next people. My neighborhood association is pretty much from 969 to 290 and 973 to the county line. So we take in a whole huge area and quite a diverse population now and a lot of issues. So been dealing with the Commissioner's Court, fighting them on behalf of my Travis County Kennel Club. We donated $3,000 for $5,000 for a dog for the Travis County Sheriff's Department, and donated a bunch of air masks for animals to the Williamson County EMS and Travis County EMS and Texas Search and Rescue and a lot of the smaller EMSs. And actually our air masks were used this weekend to save 9 puppies from a burning house up in Round Rock. So
Good.
yeah,
Good.
so
Good.
been staying pretty busy.
Talking about dogs, I just want to share this with y'all because before I forget, about a year ago I have.
Old dog to run off?
Yes, about a year ago I lost a 1-year-old pit bull. He is big, a baby Huey, big head but very gentle. And my nephew was washing the car in front of Pan Am, and like all animals, he just took off. So we kind of, do your traditional thing, postings here, postings there. Now, well, nothing came up, so we kind of just gave up on him. Gave up on the fact that I'm pretty sure he's with somebody, and hopefully they're taking care of him. Well, about mid-December this month, I received a call from the animal center that they had found Smokey.
Wow.
So we went to pick
was
him up.
microchipped.
He was microchipped.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it did work.
Mhm.
He was
Nice.
microchipped, and we went to pick him up, and he's home, and he's getting adjusted
happy?
back. Oh, he's very happy. He's back.
I want to ask Mr. Lee something. Maybe he can tell us what's in your future.
Me?
Yeah. Where do you got to go? What's going on with us? I know you have outreach and all that going on.
What's your agenda for
What's your
2018?
agenda?
Well, I just want to help as many.
Put the microphone up there so you can.
I want to get as many Republican candidates elected as possible. Help them in any way I can. So we got. I think we got some people running for Court of Appeals and all this kind of thing.
I like that.
So I got a lot of hustling I got to do. And a lot of, well, on Trailer Park Show, we were talking about doing some, hosting some of the having some of the candidates on.
What
About
to
that.
do? Code next. Because I know a lot of them interested in code next. But with only so many Mondays left before primaries, you want to try and get as many candidates on as you can too.
Yes, that's kind of like what I had in mind, but there's a special show that I'm not going to disclose what the nature is right now in January. That I'm working on with Mr. Vine and Carl Lentini and Patricia Potica, and some others on something. Joe's probably gonna want some of this one. if I know him, you don't want it. I'll tell him on the quiet before I go.
Oh, you only,
Well, we might try to get Patterson and Bush on the show.
well, let's not down ballot candidates, but
I knew you'd want to get on that one.
open going on there.
No. All business, bro.
It's all business.
10-4.
So that's what I do. But we got a primary coming up in the spring.
Real quick now.
So I got
Gabriel,
I got
also
a
one of
whole
ours.
lot to do.
Gabriel, isn't
Gabriel?
Gabriel running as well?
Yeah.
I got a whole
That
lot
means
to
he
do.
won't be on the show a lot.
He's running for Donna Duke's position. Donna Duke's still there because
Yeah.
our district attorney decided to drop the ball on that one.
That's a whole other damn story right there, isn't it?
If she ever had the ball.
She also, ended up not taking the
Give it a mic.
police officers to the grand jury anymore. She stopped doing that.
Yeah, that's I can understand that one.
Well, and she was going to have a special grand jury that's all they did, and I tried to tell her that the law didn't allow for that, but now she's just not going to take them to the grand jury at all, any of them apparently, and I don't know what that office is doing. It appears to be in free fall.
And we
So
just had 2 shootings in the since Friday.
yeah, well,
Well,
and
we shooting in Northwest
first thing
that
she
I
did
don't know
was
anything about.
fire a third of the office,
Yeah,
and so we've
See,
got a lot of people who don't know what they're doing. She said that picked up something I had been promoting, which was to have some guidelines for our prosecutors on range of punishment for recommendations and plea bargains. And while she said she was going to do that, that's never happened. And then she also has the division that's supposed to be the civil rights division that has one attorney in it. Don't know what they're doing.
Getting paid well. That's one thing they're doing.
No,
They can
some
probably
of the
spell
attorneys are
civil
getting
rights.
paid well, but pretty much she cut everybody else who was.
Sound like it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Not what you know, who you know. Yeah.
It's just having the little D behind your name.
Well, I've never worked.
Pass that back around.
I don't know what the word is. I don't think it's lobby or talk to a prosecutor on behalf of anyone. They seem to be like we as a public cannot reach, but there's other people that is not who, what you know is who you know. That's right. They can call the prosecutor and they'll have a dialogue and they'll speak and they'll talk. And they'll say, okay, well, we'll let Johnny. We'll be free on. We'll be lax on Johnny. One thing that I wanted to point out is that, and I went before the commissioner's court on this because a lot of people, the people that get court-appointed attorneys,
Yes, sir.
I've witnessed the abuse from the court-appointed attorneys. I receive, as LULAC, we receive a lot of complaints or concerns that my son or daughter got a court-appointed attorney, but he or she told us, don't text me, don't email me, don't call me. And the only conversation or communication there is when he or she goes before the judge to represent the client or the inmate or the person.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, and then he or she, the judge says, okay, you can go upstairs and pick up your check. And I'm saying, oh my God. You know? So I've been kind of trying to make that an issue, a project, because they are funded by the Travis County Commissioners Court. They do have I remember they have a line item for to pay pro bono attorneys. And I don't know if there's any guidelines or restrictions or
On who can be.
on the attorney. No, on the attorney code of conduct or I
Just
don't
call
know.
with him to all these places.
No, they're bound by the
Judge feels like a
they're
point.
bound by the bar's code of ethics, and under Travis County rules, the different attorneys, depending on their experience, are grouped as to what cases they can be appointed on. So there's a different group that does appeals and a different group that does capital murders. You have to have a certain amount of experience, and things like that. So the judges do set those parameters,
Right.
and so it's the senior judge you'd need to speak to about asking for other parameters. But there's been a couple of stories on the news where they've gone and investigated the attorneys who are making the most as court-appointed attorneys and what they were doing and some of the complaints. And those things came up, and I've heard those over and over again. So, and a lot of times, too, the family comes to a setting and comes to find out that the attorney has reset it without telling them to. And so there's a lot of lack of communication there.
Well,
And I agree. I think that needs to change.
Yeah. No, I was going to say one of the most common ones that I can recall, even working at the county courthouse, is Judge, he hasn't paid me yet. We need an extension.
Those are the guys who are out in jail working
Right.
to be able to actually pay their
Right. Yeah, if I'm sitting here and I haven't paid you, hey, Judge.
It's usually, well, Judge, we still have an appointment with Mr. Green, so we're waiting to meet Mr. Green.
And then it comes campaign time. The judge is running for re-election. Well, guess who's going to make a donation to that judge? That attorney that got that extension. You know, so that's America. It's, you know, ¿cómo se dice? Like they say in the barrio, se vale. You know. Hey, that's the name of the game, you know. But no, it's. I guess that's why that lady has one eye closed. The liberty of justice.
Oh, she has a
A
blindfold.
blindfold.
That's because justice is supposed to be blind. It's supposed to not look at the color of your skin and
Where's the mom?
what you look like and who you are.
Quiet, she's talking. Hold on. Okay, well, while I'm here, we're on camera one. Okay. You get this out of my pocket. Well, our show is moving its time slot. After the first of the year, we're going to be live at 5 p.m. on Mondays. We're going to be going from 5 to 6 o'clock. So you're going to need to change your schedule a little bit. But for this coming season, we'll be going on from 5 to 6 o'clock on Channel 10. So I just want to make sure everybody knows that after the first of the year, 5 o'clock will be live on Channel 10. We just changed time slots a little bit, and we'll see what to do. And I want to let the guys play another song or two before the end of the show. So
We got 15 minutes.
no, well, the 15 minutes is the end of the show.
Yeah, so
So
let's just wrap it up.
Well,
you
why
kick us
are
out
they
now?
changing the time? Why are they changing the time? You want to tell the truth? Why are they changing the time from 5 to 5 o'clock? Because
Yeah.
we broke
Yeah.
the camera?
yeah, so we're going to change our slot till 5 o'clock. so-
Actually, it's when I got out of the hospital, I didn't get on the computer. Had 1,000 emails. I just deleted all of them. One of them was from the studio. It said, "Open me now. You need to open this." I said, "Oh, just delete it all." And it turns out that's the one I should have not have deleted. So we're lucky we got the 5 o'clock time slot. We're lucky we're on it all.
Yeah.
That was real tight. When do you tell us when you want off?
Well, if they're gonna play a couple of music,
Well, if they're gonna play one more song, then it'll be 2 or 3
Yeah.
minutes.
yeah. But we can close up. We can wrap
I
up.
was gonna wait for Mr. Mike Lee to give us some lawyer stories, but Yeah, one or two. Or say anything before we go.
I got a whole bunch of them.
Plug your
You
show.
don't have time for that.
Just plug the show. We'll be. What time is your new time?
I got the same time, 6:30, 7:30.
6:30, 7:30.
I remember one where Lord said, took him to the jury and said, look, if you don't plead, if you don't take a plea, these people in here, they're going to send you for a long time. That strategy, that boy ran out of there running like, I'll take it.
They paid us for the appointed attorneys. They just pay them to get guys to plead.
All right, we'll.
That's why I didn't do that kind of business.
Y'all
down
can just
south
get
of
behind
Texas.
us and see, right?
Yeah.
No, we want to stand in
No,
front of
he
you.
won't sit.
No. It doesn't matter.
Well,
You
y'all
want
can
to sing
sit
along?
up
You
there.
want to sing a song with us?
Yeah, we'll sing.
Yeah,
We got a lot of mics here. Maybe we could do jingle bells.
All right.
Yeah, we go off at 8.
I don't know how that's gonna turn out.
Right there.
8:28:30, I think.
Go ahead. I don't need a
Or
mic.
is it 8:27:30?
8:28.
Again, we want to wish y'all a safe and happy Christmas holidays. If you're traveling out of town, please drive safely. Do not drink and drive.
I will say, I really like this guy on that steel guitar. That looks like somebody's got a lot of experience on that thing.
It's never been easier to not drink and drive in this town. Never been easier.
And you work
so
hard.
many options. And I mean, there's no excuse.
Well, I know that. Well, because they do, a lot of attorneys are waiting for that phone call. You know.
They're not the kind of bangle of bracelets that you want.
There you go.
Well, if I don't get a chance to later, I'm glad y'all make it. A lot of people didn't make it down tonight. They was
We
busy.
moved down.
I don't really know what's going to happen when we start at 5 o'clock. I'll try to do better on next season. And not, because I know it was nice when we had the hour blocks going on there. It was my show, and then stay on the same channel and go right on the Mike's. I mean, Mike's show, and stay on the same channel, go to my show. It'll work out, I guess. Sorry about that. I mean, I wasn't feeling good. Yeah, we need a picture. Ma, ma'am, you take a picture of us? Can you email it to me, or? I'll get it to you, Gavino.
Everybody gonna sing jingle bells with us?
I'll see you right now.
No, whenever you're ready.
I guess it's second song.
Sing it as we're going out.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, we can sing it as we're going out.
All right. Go see you as we go now. So do one more song now.
Whenever you're ready.
We go off at 8:28:30. 30.
17 now?
Yep.
It's 8:17 now.
11 minutes.
So we got 20
Oh,
minutes.
well, y'all
Go for it. No, we're done.
y'all go ahead.
No, we're done.
Y'all want to let him? That's about 4.
Yeah, but he doesn't have 9 minutes worth of song.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
You do.
It was good to have you down here again.
Good to see you. Good to be here.
Hopefully, I'll try to stay out of the damn hospital. You know, it looks like it's been going in there about once a damn year now.
Better be careful on the roads.
Yeah.
Gotta be
Well,
careful with a
everyone-
breathing or something, I
Remember,
guess.
no drinking and driving.
Yeah, 10-4.
Absolutely.
I don't
Don't
even
let
get my
anyone else
wine and
drink,
cheese
Joe.
puffs now.
Don't let anyone else drink and drive.
Drink and walk or drink and crawl.
Yeah, that's right. Drink till you crawl. Just don't.
Or what about not drinking at all?
Y'all go ahead and say anything you want. We'll go out with jingle bells at the end.
All right, there you go. Go for it.
No, he's gonna sing another song first, though, right?
What you got to wait? What do you gonna do? Let's. What do you wanna do? You caught us on the spot here.
You're gonna do 2 songs, then we just roll out with the jingle bells.
They can play whatever they want.
Yeah, they're trying.
Down in Louisiana, bayous by and by, hero pole or your natural soul, keep it tied to a tree high night down in Mobile. Moonbeams on the bay. They come from miles around to dance a jukebox down. They dig the good time sounds we play. All across the harbor, the night lights shining bright. It looks just like stars on the water. It's like stars on the water. Like stars on the water when it rains. It looks just like stars on the water. It's like stars on the water. Like stars on the water when it rains. It looks just like stars on the water. It's like stars on the water. Like stars on the water when it rains.
Yeah, I guess we can sing Jingle Bell. Can you sing another one?
Well, sure, we'll sing it up.
Sing another one. I like it ass. Wish we could get that camera in closer on you.
We can get somebody to sing Silent Night. Come on. Somebody sing Silent Night? No Hoerster? Joe?
I bet you don't know the Star Spangled Banner either, man.
Oh, come see Silent Night.
What we got?
I was silent. That was a Christmas song. I never sang it for Halloween.
Jingle bells, man.
Yeah, Jingle Bells. There you go. Shotgun shells. Oh, come on.
You can see Jingle Bells to roll out with.
Yeah.
But it's only, you got 5-6 minutes left.
All right, you want to do sleepwalk?
Sure, why not?
Oh,
We have
why
time to walk.
not? All right.
Sleepwalk, yeah.
All right, girls.
Like
England. I mean,
All right. Roll us out something we can all sing to.
Jingle bells.
Jingle bells ought to do. Get out, folks.